Welcome to Wild Wine Life. Tonight we're going to talk about smell, or the sniff part of wine tasting. Why? Because it's the most important part when it comes to wine tasting. It's the thing that we remember most, certain aromatics, certain smells that can go back to our childhood from when we were little, or something yesterday, and we will remember it for years. It's those smells that give us the library of reference points to be able to describe wine. Now, I always tell people the fun thing about wine is the more you eat, the more you drink, the more food that you smell and get into, the better you're able to describe wine. Ernest Hemingway was able to paint wonderful paintings with words. So tonight I'm going to cheat and actually quote him word for word. And he said, "A person with increasing knowledge and sensory education may derive an infinite enjoyment from wine." Like I said, the more you drink and eat, the more your library increases. Now you're wondering, why do I have all these different things? Well, you might be wanting to describe this Pinot Grigio of citrus notes with a little cantaloupe finish, but you don't take the time to smell your cantaloupe. How can you really use it as a reference? Which reminds me of a time that I was dealing with a customer and we were sampling a wine, and I said, "This is like honeycomb," but he had never had honey before, fresh honey. You know, when you have an aunt with a farm who has beehives, you get to try fresh honey and you have a reference. So the following week, I actually brought him some unprocessed, honeycomb, and he actually got to sample it, and he used that as a descriptor. He had a reference point. I mean, yeah, we all use grapefruit as our descriptor many times when we're talking about New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs, but it's a white grapefruit, red grapefruit, dark chocolate, white chocolate. When we're talking about our rosés, it could be strawberry, it could be cherry. What kind of cherry? Pink cherry, black cherry, it could be cranberry. It's also wonderful things that comes back to your memory from your childhood, or some pleasant thing. I mean, the thing I absolutely love about certain wines is that strong blackberry aromatic. I mean, I remember as a kid picking blackberries in southern Missouri, putting them into plastic containers, and then that strong blackberry aromatic would come out. And when you try some of the Zinfandels from California, you can get, I feel like I'm reliving my childhood. One of the things I love about this wine is that you get a little bit of that blackberry flavor, you get the spice, but I also pick up the blueberry. I mean, when you actually go out and you've picked these things before, wine can bring those things back to you, but it's all from smell. Now you're saying, okay, so how do I build up my portfolio, my library of aromatic reference points? Well, it's fun. This is the fun part. I'm always telling people this is about having fun. So when you're cutting up your Honeycrisp apple, try it with some Red Delicious apple and a Granny Smith apple, side by side. Smell it, taste it, so you have a reference point to be able to describe. Maybe when you're having some blueberries, try it side by side with some dried blueberries. This way you can say, well, I get blueberries, but also you now know what the dried blueberry flavor is as well. This is where we're going to have a little fun with this, because like I said, the more you drink, the more you eat, the more you learn, the more you build up your library. And if you'd like to have another